Welcome to Meta Slayers.
Welcome back, folks, to part 2 of
Knights of Slaanesh. It puts the lotion in the basket.
Because Slaanesh. If you're new to the channel, what we do is we slay the meta, we break open armies, we talk primarily right now Age of Sigmar tactics. Thank you to all the subscribers currently. If you're new to the channel, we'd appreciate the subscribe button. It helps us keep going. It tells us we're doing an okay job, and it builds more content.
Motivation. To have a frame of context, make sure to check out part 1 of the Knights of Slaanesh video series.
Which covered demons.
It did.
And today we're covering mortals.
So let's talk about some of the new units.
We have to start here. Because they're amazeballs.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But the Blitzbarb Seeker is also an amazing addition to it. The Glutonimus Viscarius
Maximus Aurelius.
The Glutos model is just amazing. We're going to run down the units now, the new units, because they're tongue twisters, so we have index cards.
Cheat sheet.
Blitzbarb Seekers.
Myrmidish Painbringers.
Shard Speaker Slaanesh.
Symbarish Twin Souls.
Sword of Pain.
Hellstriders.
I have Hellstriders too, but with claw spears. Sigvald.
Dread Pageant.
Slick Blade Seekers.
I got the best one, Blitzbarb Archers. And I also got the worst one, Slangor Fiend Bloods.
So yeah.
Oh, and then Glutos.
Oh.
We already talked about him a little bit, but...
Glutos or Scallion? Chopped onions.
Scallion?
Anyways.
So what is your favorite unit out of the batch?
Blitzbarb Archers.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Not close.
But 2 shots apiece.
Battle line.
Battle line, and then the sergeant and then the leader of the unit grants a +1 to wound. Holy balls.
Not so holy balls, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's my #1 unit out of everything that came in. What about you, Jay?
Also, Blitzbarb Archers.
What?
Maybe Sigvald because I have plans. I have plans and schemes.
Yeah. Sigvald is amazing. From a model perspective, from a stat line perspective, the only thing I don't like about or appreciate about Sigvald is that he has 6 wounds.
But 6 is Slaanesh's number, so there's that.
Yeah.
Makes him lucky.
Also makes him die.
He's got a fort, feel no pain.
50-50.
So that effectively gives him 9 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
A 9 wound character with a 3-up save, that wouldn't be bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. He doesn't really buff anybody either.
He doesn't need to, he buffs himself.
Right. He's very Slaanesh and selfish.
Yeah, he kind of embodies that.
Right.
Gets +3 inches to charge,
Mm-hmm.
a whole bunch of attacks. It's either 5 or the unmodified dice roll, whichever's higher.
Right, so you have a minimum of 5 attacks from Sigvald. On average, it's going to be 7, because 7 on 2d6. But you have the potential of getting 12 attacks from Sigvald on the charge with a +3 to charge. He's almost guaranteed to get in.
And he's a hero. He can make himself reroll charge rolls.
Right.
What do you think about the Blitzbarb Seekers?
I love them. They're fast, so still 14-inch moves, just like any other Seeker is. And they can run and shoot. Now, what I don't like about them, however, is that, yes, so then maybe you can use them to park on objectives. They're relatively reasonable in points cost. They just don't have the durability. They have 5-up saves, no feel, no pains. But if you can get them into position, or if you, like, spam them, along with, I guess, Demonettes would probably be your cheapest troop, your battle line. Maybe that could work, but I mean, the 14-inch move, for me at least, it tells me that I have to just park on objectives more so than alpha strike like you would with normal Demon Seekers.
They still have decent-ish combat attacks because they're on a mount, and their mount isn't bad.
Yeah, decent-ish is fair. Yeah.
They still benefit from exploding 6s.
Right.
So,
but they only have like 1 or 2 attacks.
+2 attacks. Yeah, for the main character. Yeah,
but then the mount, yeah.
Yeah, so you're looking at 3 attacks apiece. You still get exploding 6s. So a third of the time you're going to get an extra attack out of it.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. If they could run, shoot, and charge, I think that would be amazing. Instead, they're just pretty solid.
Yeah.
Worst unit.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Slangors.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, we're so hopeful. Being both of us being Beasts of Chaos players, it's like, oh, cool, a new model.
Slaanesh Minotaurs.
Right.
Dude.
And then you just don't even like read the book, but you look at their stat line and it's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to go over what they do. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, just check the Azarath.
Yeah, check it out and be disappointed. Maybe, hey, if you guys find a used form that we didn't see, post in the comments because I want to love them. I don't even want to like them. I want to fucking love them.
Right.
And yet I can't. Other than for conversions.
In Beasts of Chaos.
In Beasts of Chaos.
When they get their new book.
Someday.
Which will be never.
Yeah. So something that I know you want to talk about. Battalions. What really jumps off the pages?
The fundamental core of building an Age of Sigmar army. You should pick a battalion that correlates with your allegiance abilities. The Depraved Carnival. That's my jam because favorite, Blitzbarb Archers. And if you max out a squad, granted you don't get a discount for running 33 Blitzbarb Archers, but it doesn't matter because the battalion is costing you 160 points, and a unit of 11 Blitzbarb Archers is costing you
160 points.
So it's a free battalion because you get to shoot with 1 unit of Blitzbarb Archers in your command phase. That is a free round of shooting, and sir, you're running a squad of 33.
Right.
That is net positive.
Of 320 points.
Yes. But outside of that, I was pondering the Night Steed, the Fast Knights.
The Speed Knight Battalion.
The Speed Knight Battalion. I was pondering. I have my reservations about the Blitzbarb Seekers in general, so I'm not entirely sure that's worth it to only move D6 inches at the start of the battle round.
You ever had a really good steak and potatoes meal?
Yes.
Yeah. This is like having really top-end potatoes and no steak.
Yeah. That made me really sad. Any battalions stand out for you, Jay?
Mine go back to demons. So yeah.
And we'll get to that in the how-to.
Yeah. That's coming. For sure. Slaanesh is coming. That's dice rolling. And then briefly, I wanted to touch on Endless Spells. Endless Spell. It's the Mesmerizing Mirror. It's good for any Slaanesh list. Anybody that can cast it. It's probably, in my opinion, the best Endless Spell in the game. If you cast it and you chuck it out towards enemy heroes, if it lands within 6 inches of them, you roll 6 dice, and for each die of a 6, it's exponential damage. So if you roll 1 6, it's 1 damage. If you roll 6 6s, it's 36 mortal wounds.
It's cubed damage. Should have paid attention in math class.
It's not cubed.
I
But
thought it was cubed, so we can just cut that all out.
oh, leave it.
Okay. I should have paid attention in math class.
Oh, yep. Enemy units that start their movement or a move within 12 inches of the mirror, they must end their move closer to the mirror lest they suffer D3 mortal wounds. So it funnels and channels opponents. I pretty much won a game against Fire Slayers because I blocked off movement, and it was pretty funny for me.
Right. And as if you're running a Blitzbarb Archer list with a measly 18-inch range, you want your opponent to come to you and not push forward when you really shouldn't when you're fighting in the shade. So not bad.
Yeah, forcing a funnel and kind of like a kill zone. You know, you're just being like, oh, okay, there's a big line side blocking piece of terrain. I'm going to throw my mirror right here. They have to come in through this way. And 176 arrows. It's actually 176 arrows.
Yeah, we did the math on this. So they basically netted out per each shooting phase, including the command phase shooting if you're running the battalion. They're popping off about 24 wounds on average after saves.
No, 30.
Oh.
Yeah, because we forgot the extra shots.
Forgot the extra shots.
Yeah, it's 30-something unsaved wounds on average.
Even call it at 30. Squad. centerpiece model, Archeon, whatever it might be.
Right.
You're killing it.
And that's it's fighting in the shade. That puts elves on the back foot. The only thing that they have over you, like the Lumineth, is a higher range.
The range, yeah. 30 inches.
You can run and shoot.
Yeah. So you can get in range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a really good threat range. I believe their movement on the Blissbarb Archers is 6.
6, yep.
So you're looking at 7 to 12 inch move, plus your 18-inch shot. So you're looking at 25 to 30 inch.
Right.
So it's
and
the
just
same.
get yourself into cover so that you can maybe not die as bad.
25 to 30 inch threat range is really good. Especially for 176 shots.
Yeah.
Huh.
We do need to talk about Glutos or Scolian.
Gluten-free scallions.
Now, he is heavy in points. Yes, I get that. He does benefit a lot, or contributes a lot towards a mortal's list, because by turn 3, this is my interpretation, by turn 3, no mortals within range of him is taking Battle Shock. And with an average leadership of 6 across mortals, you want that.
It's not bad at all.
Right. Turns 1, turn 2, should you actually be at risk of failing morale, maybe in your 33-man squad of Blissbarb Archers, you 1 CP that. So worst case scenario, you're spending 2 CP. You still
might not have to.
No.
His first ranked ability, or his battle round 1 rather, is add 1 to bravery.
Okay.
So that makes him bravery 7.
Okay.
And then you have 30 or more. So that's 3 more. There's
Right.
still bravery 10 right there.
Okay. Yeah, because of the rank bonus.
That's nothing to scoff
Yeah,
at.
it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean that's demon levels. With him around, just bravery becomes less of an issue.
Yeah.
And that's the selling point here.
Yeah, and then one of his minions, because you're obviously, like, the way I'm interpreting this is Glutos walks up the board with a bubble of his bitches, and what he's, on a 2-up, he gets a feel no pain or a wound negation.
He should be called Rick James. I'm Rick James, bitch.
Pretty much. But yeah, no, the 18 wounds on him with a 5-up feel no pain or a 5-up shrug, with a 3-up save, and just casting, man, casting. He's got some really good spells. He's got some buff abilities, some debuff abilities. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to run mortals at all, you have to take him.
Oh, and you can reroll charge rolls for him. I didn't even see that ability.
And he's not shabby in combat.
Adele said something really funny about him. She's like, you remember that God guy from 300? And I'm like, uh-huh. She goes, he's like a fat version of that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So for sub-allegiances, I don't know, Invaders might be a good one on this one. Or for mortals, pure mortals list like this.
So that's the one that you have units just in enemy territory, right?
Yes, you have to be wholly within enemy's territory.
Okay. Now keep in mind, in Age of Sigmar versus 40k, the territories in Sigmar for the maps are usually right up against each other, and then your deployment zone is X amount of inches away from enemy territory.
Yeah.
So you're just getting across the midfield is really what it comes down to in a lot of the maps.
Yep.
So just off the cuff, what kind of army are you building?
I am building an army with 33 Blissbarb Seekers, and then 11 Archers. Archers. And then another squad, so basically 3 squads. 1 is maxed out. I am going to try to run this battalion. I'm going to try to run the battalion.
Hell yeah.
With the 3 characters, which just buff everything.
Sure.
Yeah, so why not? Sadly, I don't have any demons in my mortals list because I don't think it's necessary in a mortals list like this. And then 2 squads of 5 Blissbarb Seekers, just to like round everything out. Oh, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm doing a you got chocolate in my peanut butter strat. It's definitely a hybrid army for me. Core foundation is going to be Celeste. Both Sigvald and the Mask. I think they pair really well together, even though the Mask has to slow down substantially to let him tag along. They're just a murder machine with the 3 of them. I'll probably still do God Seekers, because getting the charges off for the extra power, I still like it. And then from there, an even split of mortals with the archers and demonettes. And I'm just going to push the archers up the field, plant them on midfield objectives, and then have them within Celeste's bubble to keep the number of mortals versus demons balanced.
Yeah.
And then
wholly within 18 inches, right? Yep.
Yeah. And then have hopefully, points permitting, 2 greater demons. And then last priority would be the seekers and the seekers, the mortals and the demons.
Got it.
Yeah, that's my plan right now, just off the cuff. I got to figure out the points still. No battalions, sadly, because I just know that it's not going to fit.
Really?
No, the way that I'm splitting this army up, to commit that heavy into any one faction, I'm going to lose out on Celeste's ability.
Yeah, and that's why I want to lean towards this list for my side, because I don't know, I just think it's too important to drop early.
Sure.
Competitively speaking.
Competitively, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just us spitballing. We're going to put our heads together and fine-tune both my hybrid list and his pure mortals list. At the end of the day, though, you do need to buy demons because you will be summoning demons.
Oh, exactly. So don't get me wrong, even in this Bliss Barb Archer spam list that I'm leaning towards, I fully intend on just crapping out demonettes as often as I can and just charging them up the board. Because they're not even bad. I don't even need the Mortal Wounds battalion in them. All I need to do is just charge them or get killed or get them killed, because that's just diverting fire from the rest of my army.
And also more depravity.
Yep, and then Allegiance trait alone, I will get Exploding Sixes.
Right.
And they can blink, because when they come on the board with 10, they have a banner. On that note, keep fighting for what you think is right. Keep slaying that meta.
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Till next time.